I'm about to break down exactly what you need to do if you want to make $5,000 in the next 7 days as an online trainer. And I'm well suited to teach this because not only have I helped over 15,000 students build their online fitness businesses. People started with nothing, no following, right? Now they have full-time online fitness businesses. I have some students who make over $1 million a year as online trainers, but I was one of the first people to ever do online training. Back in 2008, after my father killed himself during the recession of 2008, the worst recession since the Depression, I started online training. I was one of the first people to ever do it. All of us who did it in that class around that time, we were inventing it. I helped invent online training, mastered it. Now I'm gonna teach you. Get your fucking notepads out, pay attention. If you follow the steps in this and you don't make $5,000 in the next 7 days, I want you to know it's your fault. I'm a fucking expert. If I only made $5,000 tomorrow, I'd be suicidal. But if you can do it in 7 days, that's going to be a big deal for you, right? I'm going to show you how you can get $5,000 in the next 7 days as an online trainer. And you're not going to have to build no goddamn funnels. You're not going to run any ads, spend any money. You're not going to build a fucking course, and you don't need any prior experience, and you don't need to be certified. That's a common misnomer. People think you need to be certified to be an online trainer. That is not true. You don't even need to be certified legally to be a personal trainer. Gyms want you to be certified more for insurance reasons. When I first got my first job when I was 17 as an in-person trainer, I worked at Bally's Total Fitness, and they said, yeah, just get certified within 90 days. But I was training people, getting paid to train people before I was certified, right? There's no law say you got to do it. Some people erroneously believe you need to be a certified dietitian to give diet advice. That is an old wives' tale, right? It's just not true. According to laws, you only need to be a certified dietitian if you're going to give diet advice to cure diseases and shit. But we ain't doing that. We just help people get in shape, man. So don't worry about any of that. No experience, nothing can hold you back. Now, if you're watching this and you follow the steps, I'm assuming you don't look like shit. You don't have to look like me. I mean, set obtainable goals, right? But I'm assuming you look like someone who can be a trainer. If you out here looking like the before picture, it's going to take you longer than 7 days because you got to get in shape first, man. Even if you know all the science, even if you got a degree, a master's degree in kinesiology, it's going to be hard, if not impossible, to be a successful online trainer. I don't give a fuck how much a motherfucker knows. If he's homeless, he can't be my success coach. I don't care how much books knowledge he has. I'm not hiring him as my success coach if he's homeless. A fat trainer is much like a homeless success coach, a guard dog with no teeth, prostitute with no mouth. It's not going to work. No one's going to hire that person. I'm also going to assume that you know something about fitness. You fucking work out. You know how to get in shape. Maybe you've helped friends or family members get in shape. You're not a complete novice to this, right? Because if you don't know anything about fitness and you try to sell people on fitness, you, my friend, are a scammer. That's how scammers are made. Motherfuckers who don't know shit and then try to teach it. So what you're going to learn today is exactly how to sell online training, how to actually get customers, and how to train them online so they get good results. And what I'm going to teach you today is going to show you how you can get better results for your online clients than most people get for their in-person client. And I have tons of evidence of this. Let's get into it. Step one, you got to figure out what are you going to sell. So a lot of times when people want to get into the online fitness business, they think, hey, I'm gonna sell some ebooks or I'm gonna sell some courses. All right. That's borderline R word. All right. I can't say, you know what I mean. Let me explain to you why. We want to make the goal. Remember the goal, 5 racks in 7 days. One, you ain't got time to write a fucking ebook or make some courses. Courses is the worst way to make money as an online business person. Let me break this down for you. In most businesses, we have something called a value ladder. And at the top of your value ladder, you have your most expensive stuff, then you have your mid-tier stuff, then you have your cheap stuff, or even you might have some free stuff too, no monetary value. In the online fitness business, the value ladder looks like this, right? The bottom, we have social media content, right? This is the free stuff you're giving away, right? You're giving tips and tricks, helping people accomplish their goals, much like I'm doing now. I'm not getting paid nothing for this. You should thank me, right? Your cheap shit for fitness, you have motherfucking ebooks. Nobody wants your fucking ebook, asshole. Not your ebook. They'll take mine. I'm a fucking expert. You're a guy. Nobody wants your ebook. All right. Then you have courses. All right. This is what people think. Hey, I'm gonna sell some fucking courses. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right, asshole. And then at the very top, we have online training. Now, let's just do some simple math. Social media is free, so we won't count that. Ebooks, the average ebook, about $10. I mean, some people sell it for more, but on average, we're talking about $10. All right, remember, you need to make $5,000 in 7 days. That's why you click this video as an online trainer. How many fucking ebooks do you have to sell to make $5,000? Fucking 500. Motherfucker, you ain't never sold 500 of anything. And you want to fucking do that in 7 days? Get real, asshole, right? Even if you did do that, right, 7 days, once you fucking sell 500, then what are you going to do again, right? It's not a sustainable business. You just hit a lick. Courses, the average course is about $49. We'll call it 50 for simple math, right? You got to sell 100 courses. Again, it's still going to be an arduous task, a dubious proposition at best. You ain't sold 100 of nothing online your whole life, and you're going to all of a sudden do it in 7 days? Nah, man, get real. However, online training, here's what it gets interesting, has a few different pricing structures. There's 3 different pricing structures. This is what I recommend. 16 weeks. I tell my students, and they close this every day, that's going to be $997. I'll say $1,000 for simple math. For 4 weeks or a month, boom, you sell that for, call it $300. Or if you fuck around and accidentally sell to some broke boys, you sell it weekly, $80 a week. Now, it's less money up front, but it's more money. As the weeks decrease, the amount of money per week actually increases. It's kind of like anything else. If you buy something in bulk, you can get it for cheaper. That's how drug dealers make their money, right? They buy cocaine in bulk, and then they distribute it amongst the community at retail prices, right? Anyway, the goal with everyone is to sell this $997. I mean, it's to sell this 1,000, right? Well, how many of these do you need to sell to make 5K? Just 5. You only need to sell 5. That's easier than selling fucking 500 ebooks. It's also easier than selling motherfucking 100 courses. If they can't afford the 16 weeks, then you can downsell them, right? But we're going for this. This is the game plan, right? But the beauty of this is recurring. You have to do this for courses. You have to sell a fucking 100 courses every month to new people, because they're not going to buy the same shit over again. You're not going to have a school group for online training. Nobody wants to join your fucking group your school group, dickhead. They want real training. They want you to work with them. Nobody's going to keep buying your ebook over and over again. So you got to sell 500 every month to new people, because they're not going to keep buying it. This is recurring. This is how my students put up big numbers, man, because they have a lot of clients who are paying them monthly or every 16 weeks. Boom, it hits their account. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to sell online training, and we're not going to sell fucking courses or ebooks. All right. So boom, we already know what we're going to sell. We're going to sell online training. I'm going to teach you how to train your clients later in this video so they get great results, and so it doesn't take you a whole lot of time, right? And you'll only be able to get better results for your online clients than you can for your in-person clients. I guarantee you, and you'll understand it once you finish watching the rest of this video. Next step, we figured out what we're going to sell. Now we need to figure out who we're going to sell to. There's 2 groups. There's your existing social media followers, right? You might be thinking, hey, I don't have a big following. I got a small following. We only need 5 motherfuckers. You don't need to have millions of followers on all platforms like me. There's probably 5 people following you right now. If you're in decent shape, right? There's probably 5 people who could use your help right now, who need to get ready for summer instead of being all fat. You need to do this now. This is a good time to do it. It's still the beginning of the year. People still got their New Year's resolution going. And if you wait till summer, it's going to be too late. It's a slow season for online trainers because people have already given up on their goals. The guys will be like, I guess I'm just going to have rock the dad bod this summer. And all the girls are like, oh, I guess I'm just going to date black guys this summer because I ain't shed them pounds. Most black guys I know are dating a girl who weighs more than them. Niente gusto gorda. Again, we're going to start with your followers. That's the first group. Your existing followers. You don't need a huge following. We only need 5 people to pay us that Here's how you're gonna market to your existing followers. You're gonna do 3 Instagram posts. These are gonna be reels because reels get the most reach. You're gonna post on Instagram. Instagram is the platform that's gonna make you the most money. 3 IG posts. Follow this script exactly, bro. Don't fucking change nothing, right? If you knew how to make $5,000 in 7 days, you wouldn't have clicked on this video, asshole. The first post, you're gonna do a voiceover video. Remember, I assume that you're fucking in good shape. You're gonna have B-roll of you like lifting weights, looking shredded, looking like an action hero. And what you're gonna do is, the voiceover, you're gonna give them advice on something. 3 tips to lose fat, 3 tips to build muscle, whatever area of expertise is. I'm gonna show you an example from one of my students. This is Kelly Nicole Fit. I met her when she was in college. She joined my program, High Ticket Trainer. She said her goal was to not have to get a real job when she got out of college, right? She started making $20K a month in college. Last year, she made $1.5 million as an online trainer. I'm gonna show you an example of one of her videos. I want you to make a video. I want you to just fucking copy.
The most underrated things you should be doing if you want to lean out your core like that. Number 1, get enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep will cause you to feel and look inflamed and lead to poor recovery from your workouts. Not to mention, if you don't get enough sleep, you're also going to be hungrier, which will make hitting your protocols a lot harder. Number 2, make sure all of your meals have fat in them. Fat digests the slowest, meaning it will keep you fullest for longest. When you're in a deficit, this will help you stay on track of your protocols instead of being hungry 30 minutes after you eat. Number 3, have meals, not snacks. Snacks are pretty calorie dense and typically low volume, meaning they're not going to keep you very full after you eat them. If you want to make sure that you're feeling satiated throughout the day, then it's important to have an actual meal. Number 4, take a weekly or bi-weekly free meal so you can satisfy your cravings while staying on track for your goals. Do you want results like these? Just comment fat loss below for our free fat loss ebook showing you exactly how we get our clients to lose 10 to 20 pounds like clockwork.
You want to do something like, it's going to be a video like 3 tips, 4 tips, some number tips. I'm going to make it easy for you so you assholes don't have to guess. You're going to do 3 tips to build muscle, get abs, lose fat, whatever your shit is, right? And you see what Kelly did. She just had B-roll shot with her phone of her looking like the way her ideal clients want to look, right? Then I want you to have what's called a CTA. CTA stands for call to action. That's a marketing term. You're learning today. You're going to write in the caption, comment, pick a word, shred, alpha, ripped, whatever. Below, if you want help with whatever your shit was about, whatever tip you had, whatever your video was about, right? So if you said, if you was 3 tips to get a 6-pack, comment abs below if you want help getting the 6-pack. And I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna do that in a minute, but first I wanna show you the 3 videos. That's gonna be CTA. This CTA is gonna be on all the videos. Now you can write more shit in the caption if you want. And I suggest you do. Maybe you actually like write out the tips in the caption and just have this at the bottom. So it's not just like a straight sales shit, right? You're gonna write the tips in the caption. Just read it to ChatGPT. Just open the fucking shit and just read what you would say anyway and say, hey, rewrite that for me as an Instagram caption, right? Boom. Now, the second type of post, you don't have to do these on the same day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? 7 days. The next post you're gonna do is going to be a walking video, right? You do the same shit, some sort of tips to give advice in the video. I'm gonna show you an example from one of my students, Corey Armstrong. Like, he's from Detroit, Michigan. He recently moved out here because he got money now, right? He wasn't living in Detroit because he was rich. And he was broke when I met him, man. Broke in-person trainer, making no money. I've been working with him for the last few years. Last year, he made $600,000 as an online trainer. I'm gonna show you kind of, and he's growing his social media substantially with the tips I told him. That's why his videos be looking kind of like mine, you know? All right, 5 hacks to lose that big ass belly, right?
To lose that big ass belly fast as hell. Number 1 is track everything. Track the foods, steps, calories, fluids, how much you weigh, body fat percentage, everything you can get your hands on so you have the most control over how you can manipulate those things over time as you see how your body responds to it. Number 2, eat less. If you're looking to lose fat, you have to burn more calories than you consume. The problem is most of y'all don't even know how much you're consuming to know if you are creating that deficit of calories. And once you start to see how much you weigh week to week from tracking those calories, just decrease the calories. Just eat a little bit less, but preferably fill your diet up with foods that keep you full while you're in that deficit. Number 3 is whole meals only. Stop fucking snacking. If you're snacking all day, you're slacking. Essentially, if you're snacking all day, you're comprising your diet primarily of
Now watch what he's gonna do. He's gonna put the CTA in the video.
foods that have very little to no nutritional value. And this is why you end up starving and hungry and always end up keeping your belly big as hell. Now, if you want to leave that big belly behind and start formulating the habits, and you want those last 2 hacks, comment the word course below and I'll send you my free course, the Big Belly Blaster.
All right, you ain't got a big belly blaster and you ain't got time to make an ebook or a free course. So you're gonna do the same thing like we did in the last video where you just did a voiceover. This is gonna be a different style. You're just gonna walk, film it with your phone, super simple. I don't have time to explain to you how to set up equipment and lighting and all that shit, right? You ain't got time to learn that shit. Just go outside. Everybody can afford outside. Unless you live in the fucking projects or something, right? Go somewhere nice. Even if you live in the projects, man, go somewhere that looks nice. Film that outside. Just give those tips. Edit the shit in CapCut, right? No fancy editing, nothing. You give the tips. Then you see Corey wrote the tips in his caption. This is what I want you doing on all of them, actually, right? People actually read this, right? And then you have a CTA at the bottom. Your CTA is going to be the same, right? But write it in the caption, okay? I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do when they comment. You notice we're not saying, "Hey, I'm an online trainer. Let me train you. Buy my shit. Here's the link in my bio." None of that shit. We're just helping people. The next video you're gonna make, a transformation time lapse. It's gonna be your transformation. Right? You probably, if you are in great shape, you probably weren't always in great shape. You didn't come out no fucking wound looking like that, right? You, or even better, a client. If you've ever trained anyone before, then use a client. If you've never trained nobody before, then you. Use yourself. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm gonna show you an example from one of my students, Corinne Sutton. Right? He's from Miami, Florida, man. He's a former Marine veteran. Right, when I met him, he was, straight fresh out the Marines, trying to figure out how to make some real money. It said ever since he was honorably discharged, he finished his tour, his service. He joined my program, and the Corinne's made over $500K last year, and he's done that for like 3 years in a row. I'm gonna show you an example of his time lapse video. I can't play the music, but it's nothing. He's not even talking. It's just a time lapse of one of his clients. You do that shit with either you, yourself, or a client. They don't have to be as good as this, right? You just have to. As well done as this. Right now look at them, man. But it could be you over the years or some shit. And what you're going to write here is either how you did it or what you did to help your client do it. And then at the end, guess what? Same exact call to action. The goal is just to get people to comment that word, show their interest, raise their hand. We're not trying to sell them from the fucking video. You don't need a whole fucking commercial, no silly shit like that. In fact, you don't have to say, click the link in my bio to buy or no goofy shit like that. You just want them to comment. Remember, you need to make $5,000 in 7 days. What you're going to do is you're going to DM each one of those people who comment that word below, right? Because they've showed interest. This is the third part of our plan. DM to Zoom. Let me explain why. We don't want to sell them in the DM. That shit's not going to work for you. I've done it. I know how to do it. But I ain't got time to teach you that shit. And you ain't got time to learn it. You got 7 days. Right? We're going to use a more potent sales mechanism. We're going to get them onto a Zoom call. And here's what we're going to do when you're talking to this person. Hey, so-and-so, saw you commented the word on my post. Tell me more about your fitness goals. What are you trying to accomplish? Then they'll start talking blah, 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 blah. You respond to that, be normal. Then you say something to the effect of, how long have you been trying to accomplish that? You want to see how long they've been working on it, especially if they've been struggling with this for years. A lot of them want to say years, And then you ask them, in your opinion, what do you think are the main things that have been stopping you from accomplishing those goals? And then they'll tell you all the stuff. Cool. Then you say, hey, if you want, we can hop on Zoom and I can help break down a game plan for you. How's that sound? Boom. And they should say, yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? You schedule a time for it, or if they got time, you hop on Zoom with them right then and there. If they're ready, you send them a Zoom link, man. If not, you schedule a time for them. Don't send them a Calendly link. They won't click it. You schedule, hey, what time works for you, man? What about you give them some times that may work for them? Then once you're on Zoom with them, first of all, why do we go to Zoom? Well, because listen, man, remember the goal. You might not know these motherfuckers that well. right? The goal is to get $1,000 out these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Right? In exchange for the right to train them. You know, if somebody's going to spend $1,000 with you, they got to know you, they got to like you, and they got to trust you. But they might not trust a motherfucker they never talked to. I never gave $1,000 to someone I never spoke to, and I'm rich. No one's ever slid in my DM and got $1,000 off me. Probably not you either. I don't think human beings behave like that. You got to build up more rapport with them. And then you can also ask more questions, right? So if you know sales, then this is going to be easy. I don't have time to teach you sales, and you don't have time to learn it in 7 days. So what you're going to do is you got all that information from them. You know about their goals. You know what's holding them back. And then you come up with like a game plan. Tell them what their macro should be, what their workout plan should look like. Tell them everything. Don't be afraid to give them all the information. And then at the end, they're going to be a little overwhelmed. It's going to be a big change for them, right? And you can ask them something like that. Hey, man, so does this sound a little overwhelming, or you feel like you got it? Would you like me to help you implement this plan? You gave them the game and just going to sell an implementation. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them will say, yeah, man, I would love that. We're like, all right, man, you know, I can't train you for free, but this is what it's going to look like. And you're going to explain to them how it works. You're going to break the whole thing down. And then you're going to just say, and you know, and I charge $1,000 for 16 weeks of training. Some of them are going to say, yeah. Some are going to say no. If you're out here struggling for $5,000 a month, you're probably not an expert salesman. So you got to go for volume. You want to get as many people on these calls as possible. Some of them are going to say yeah, right? Some of them are just going to say, oh man, I would. It's just too much. If they say no, then you offer them immediately 4 weeks for $300, right? It might be more digestible for them. Let's just do it monthly. There's no commitment, you know, cancel whenever you want. And a lot of people take that. If they still ain't got no fucking bread, then you say, hey man, all right, listen, here's what I can do for you. We could just do it week by week. How's that sound? $80 a week. A lot of them say, yeah. Now, I could teach you how to do sales like I teach my students. I could teach you how to overcome objections. You ain't got time to learn all that shit. We trying to do this in 7 days. Now, there's one more person you can hit up. This is going to be easier. Remember, I said your friends and family, right? So you don't know these are your existing followers. But you should also just send a text message to all your friends and family. Send them this message. What's up, Uncle Demetrius? I'm starting my online fitness business. Would you be interested in being one of my clients? It's going to be easier with your friends and family. You shouldn't try to sell them like you would sell someone else, because they fucking know you. Some of them change your diapers and shit. They grew up with you. They taking a chance on you, you know? So hit up all your friends and family and just be real straightforward with them, you know? If you want to give them a discount, you can, but I wouldn't. Remember, all you need is 5 people to say yes to this shit. But then it's still like, how do you train them? It's very important. This is how you're going to get better results for your online clients than most trainers get for the in-person clients. You ever been in the gym? You've been in the gym and you see your fucking some trainer parading some asshole around the gym all the time, having them do wacky ass exercises. Motherfucker might be doing one leg cable rolls on a stability ball, right? What is the wacky shit, right? You know what I mean? And this motherfucker look the same, right? Why? I'm gonna show you why, right? So I was an in-person trainer in the fucking 90s, bro. The goddamn Bill Clinton administration. Some of you motherfuckers was watching Dora the Explorer, fucking with Teletubbies and Barney and shit, man. I was training 10 people a day, right? First online training. And I know that online training is more effective, and I'm gonna tell you why. When I was an in-person trainer, we put all the emphasis on the workout and very little on the diet. Like an in-person trainer may give you like some tips and tips, right? But they're not really tracking your macros and your calories every day, are they? No, no, they just give you some tips and tricks, right? But here's the thing. What's more important when it comes to getting in shape? Is it the training or the diet? Everyone knows it's the diet, but these people pay in-person trainers. The average in-person trainer in America gets paid $100 per hour. You have to see that trainer at least 3 times a week to get some decent results, right? So now we're talking about $300 a week. Online training is only $80 a week, but it's also better, and I'm gonna show you why, right? And in the big gyms like Equinox, it's like $500 a session. That means people are paying $1,500 a week, and they're not even getting diet. They're not even getting nutrition coaching. And it's the most important part. You can't out-train a bad diet, but you can out-diet bad training. And I realized this when I was an in-person trainer. I was like, man, you know, we're putting the emphasis on the least effective part. So I said, fuck it, let's flip this shit. I'm gonna put more emphasis on the diet, and I'll tell them what to work out, man. But I'm not, if their form is not perfect, They're not trying to be in the fucking Olympia. They're just trying to look good, right? They're not about to go on the gridiron and compete against Patrick Mahomes or some shit, right? You see what I'm saying? They're just fucking regular guys and girls who want to look good. So if the form is not exquisite, they'll be fine, right? But if the diet is on point, they're going to get in amazing shape. This is more effective. So I realized I couldn't watch their form, but I could track their diet. So what I did, and this is what you can do. You don't have to buy no expensive software or pay any money. You could do this all for free. I did it for free for years. I used to use Google Sheets, and I just set up a spreadsheet with their macros and calories. And I told them how to track it. And I told them to put that in there every day. And then I put their workout in there, Google Sheets. Super simple. Shared the sheet with them. Now I can see in real time. I can see what their calories look like. I can see what their macros look like, right? And here's the thing. They're doing it on their own. They're doing the workout and they're doing the diet on their own. I gave them the plan. I'm keeping them what? Accountable. You're going to give them a custom diet plan, custom workout plan. The most important thing is you're going to keep them accountable. You're going to make sure they do it because they can figure this shit out on their own, what to do, but they're not going to do it. You know what to do and you don't never do it, right? Think about when you didn't want to go to the gym. Last time you didn't go to the gym, but your gym buddy was there. It was a lot more difficult for you to fucking flake on him because he was keeping you what? Accountable. People behave better when they have accountability. And so your job as a trainer, after you're going to give them a custom workout plan, you're going to give them a custom diet plan. You're going to make sure you're going to set up a Google Sheet that you and them share. They're going to fill it out every day. And every day, what you're going to do is you're going to look at that sheet and text them. No matter what. If they hit all their numbers, did everything they're supposed to do, and they hit their macros and calories, then you hit them up. Yo, man, congratulations. Yo, great job. You killed that shit. Let's keep up the good work. And if they don't do it, and be like, hey, Jameis, what happened? What happened yesterday, buddy? Well, what can I do to help you to get back on track, right? So we can get this momentum back. And what you're going to do is you're going to be giving them positive reinforcement when they do it right, and you're going to give negative reinforcement when they do it wrong. And what's going to happen is not only will you train them the way you traditionally think about training, you're going to train them the way you train a pet or an animal, right? Then that's how you train a dog or a cat. When they do something good, you say, hey, that's a good boy. You give them a motherfucking treat. Do that shit enough, man, motherfuckers will be doing backflips, sitting on his hind legs, or whatever the fuck people do with their dogs, man, have them doing stunts and shit, right? And it's all based off positive reinforcement, right? But with the dog, if the dog chew up your food, shit on the carpet, pee on your girlfriend, then you, I don't know, pistol whip it. I don't know what people do with their dog. I never had a pet, right? But maybe they spray with water. I don't know what you hit it with a newspaper, something. You do something to negative reinforcement, the behavior you don't want the dog to continue to engage in. You're going to do the same thing with your clients. You're not going to be mean to them. You're not going to pistol whip them. We can't do that anymore, right? So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit them up and be like, just let them know that we're disappointed. Man, what happened, man? What's going on, And what's going to happen is they're going to start tracking their calories and it's going to start hitting their macros better. And all you got to do, here's the thing. Here's a secret to online training. It's super easy once you have this set up because all you have to do is get them to fucking track their macros. Let me show you a study. This is a study from Duke University. In this study, they had some fat boys. They didn't give them a workout plan, diet plan, nothing. They just said, hey, fat boy, just track your goddamn calories every time you eat something. Just track it in MyFitnessPal. You don't have to follow a diet plan. Just track what you eat instead of just haphazardly putting anything in your mouth like a whore. Just do it for 3 months. And without even giving them a diet plan, no workout plan, no protocol, the plan was nothing. Just track. Just the mere act of tracking, the average participant lost 5 pounds in 90 days. Now, you might think 5 pounds in 90 days, that's not a lot. That's not impressive. Until you remember they had no fucking plan. They didn't tell them to be in a caloric deficit. They didn't tell them to do keto. They didn't tell them to do intermittent fasting. They didn't tell them to go on a paleo diet, nothing. Just be fucking regular and track it because people perform better when they track shit. And this study has been replicated multiple times. You can come up with a better plan than nothing. Right? Because this study shows that nothing worked. They gave them nothing and it still worked. All you got to do is get them to track it every day. You got to be on it. You got to hit your clients up every morning. And another thing you're going to offer, 24-hour support. This doesn't mean that they can hit you up anytime of night. This means, hey, you will answer all their questions within 24 hours. What I like to do is I hit my clients up in the morning, check on their shit, boom, boom, boom. And then in the afternoon, I check to see if they had any questions or anything. That's why all their questions get answered every 24 hours. I'm keeping, in fact, I'm in touch with them every 12 hours. Now they're going to feel, come on, man, that's valuable. That's worth $80 a week. That's worth $80 a week for sure. They get a custom workout plan, custom meal plan. You're going to keep them accountable every day, and they're going to get 24-hour access to you. Now, you could also, if you want, this is optional. You want to just sweeten the pot, do check-in calls with them once a week on the weekend. Set them a check-in call, right? You don't even have to do that, but you can. You know what I'm saying? Check-in call once a week, boom. That's worth $80 a week, especially when you remember Equinox is not even tracking their diet. The trainers at Equinox not even tracking their diet, none of that shit. And they're able to charge fucking $500 a session. If they see their client 3 times a week, that's $1,500 a week, right? You're charging $80, you know what I'm saying? You got this shit. And that's the game plan. If you want some help with this, right? If you want to learn more about the online fitness game, right? If you want even more details, this sounds interesting to you, this sounds like something you can do, I have an ebook called The 10 Commandments of Online Training. Click the link in the description right now and download it. It's 100% free, and it'll give you even more detail and, ways you can do this in a even more sophisticated manner. And it goes into more depth than what I was able to do in this video. All right, let's get it.